The Last Days and Sad Fate of George Reeves. Sadly, he was only 45. George Reeves was born George Kiefer Brewer on January 5, 1914, in Woolstock, Iowa. He is best remembered as one of the most iconic actors of the 1950s, thanks to his portrayal of Superman in the television series Adventures of Superman. His life story is a fascinating journey through the ups and downs of Hollywood stardom, filled with triumphs, personal struggles, and an enduring legacy that has captivated fans and historians for decades. Reeves was born to Don Brewer and Helen Lesher, though his parents separated shortly after his birth. His mother remarried, and Reeves took his stepfather's surname, Basolo, becoming George Basolo. The family moved to Pasadena, California, where Reeves was raised. During his youth, Reeves developed a passion for acting and participated in theater productions while attending Pasadena Junior College. His talent was undeniable, and after earning accolades in local theater, he decided to pursue acting as a full-time career. In 1939, Reeves got his big break when he landed a small role in Gone with the Wind, playing one of Scarlett O'Hara's suitors, Stuart Tarleton. Though his role was minor, it was a significant step for the young actor, and it opened doors for more substantial parts in Hollywood films. After working in various films throughout the 1940s, Reeves enlisted in the U.S. Army during World War II, where he joined the Special Services, entertaining the troops. When the war ended, Reeves returned to acting but struggled to find significant roles. That all changed in 1951 when he was cast as the Man of Steel in Adventures of Superman. The role would become the defining moment of his career. Reeves embodied Superman in both appearance and personality. His chiseled features, athletic physique, and wholesome demeanor made him the perfect choice to bring the comic book hero to life. Children across America idolized him, and he quickly became a household name. His portrayal of both Superman and his alter ego, mild-mannered reporter Clark Kent, struck a chord with audiences, and Adventures of Superman became a massive hit. The show ran for 6 seasons, cementing Reeves' status as a television legend. While Adventures of Superman brought Reeves fame, it also became a double-edged sword. The role typecast him, making it difficult for him to find other acting opportunities. Hollywood studios began to see him only as Superman, and offers for more diverse roles dwindled. This typecasting led to frustration, as Reeves aspired to be a versatile actor, not just the face of a single character. Moreover, the physical demands of playing Superman took a toll on Reeves. The early days of television were marked by low budgets and grueling production schedules, and the special effects for Adventures of Superman were notoriously primitive. Reeves performed many of his own stunts, which led to injuries and long hours on set. Despite his personal challenges, Reeves continued to deliver his best performances for his young fans, recognizing the impact his portrayal had on children who looked up to Superman as a role model. George Reeves, known to millions as the iconic Superman in the 1950s television series Adventures of Superman, met a tragic and untimely end, a fate that shocked his fans and left behind a legacy filled with unanswered questions. His death at the age of 45 cut short the life of a talented actor who had captivated audiences not just through his portrayal of the Man of Steel but also in a variety of other roles, showcasing his range and depth as a performer. Yet, as famous and beloved as he had become, the final years of his life were clouded by personal turmoil, professional frustration, and increasing dissatisfaction with the trajectory of his career. Despite the fame and recognition that Adventures of Superman brought him, Reeves was far from satisfied. By the time of his death, he had grown increasingly resentful of being typecast as the superhero. His early ambitions as a serious actor, evident in his notable roles in films such as Gone with the Wind, 1939, and So Proudly We Hail, 1943, seemed to have been overshadowed by his television success. Reeves longed to break free from the Superman role, but the shadow of the cape hung heavily over his career, limiting his opportunities. Hollywood executives and producers had difficulty seeing him as anything other than Superman, and this frustrated Reeves to no end. His typecasting was not only a professional burden but also an emotional weight, as he felt trapped in a role he had initially embraced but later saw as a barrier to greater artistic success. Financial concerns also plagued George Reeves in his later years. Though Adventures of Superman was widely popular, television actors of that era were not compensated nearly as generously as their film counterparts. Reeves struggled financially, despite his fame, as residuals from reruns and merchandise sales were nearly non-existent. This was a bitter pill to swallow, especially given the fact that he was the face of one of the most popular television characters in the world. These financial difficulties may have exacerbated his feelings of being undervalued and underappreciated in Hollywood. Reeves also faced personal challenges in his final years. His romantic life was complicated, and his relationships were often the subject of public speculation. One particularly intense relationship was with Toni Mannix, the wife of powerful MGM executive Eddie Mannix. Though the two had a long-standing affair, by 1958, Reeves had ended the relationship and become engaged to Leonore Lemmon, a socialite known for her fiery temperament. The end of his relationship with Toni Mannix reportedly left deep scars, and the tension between Reeves, Lemmon, and Mannix added to the stress in his life. In the days leading up to his death, Reeves was preparing for a new chapter. He had just finished filming for the next season of Adventures of Superman and had reportedly been in discussions to direct and produce films, a sign that he was still fighting to expand his career beyond the superhero role. Some close to him noted that Reeves seemed upbeat and optimistic about these prospects, while others reported that he appeared tired and troubled. The night of June 16, 1959, would be his last. Reeves had hosted a small gathering at his home in Benedict Canyon, Los Angeles, with his fiancée Leonore Lemmon and several friends. Accounts of what transpired that evening are murky, but at some point, Reeves went upstairs, and minutes later, a gunshot rang out. George Reeves was found dead in his bedroom from a single gunshot wound to the head. His death was officially ruled a suicide, but almost immediately, rumors of foul play began to circulate. Some speculated that Reeves had been murdered, perhaps due to his complicated romantic entanglements or financial disputes. The involvement of Eddie Mannix, who was rumored to have ties to organized crime, fueled these suspicions further. The mystery surrounding his death only deepened over time. Friends and colleagues pointed to inconsistencies in the investigation, such as the lack of gunpowder residue on Reeves' hands and the fact that no fingerprints were found on the gun. There were also unconfirmed reports of multiple shots being fired in the house that night. These anomalies sparked numerous theories about what really happened, and over the years, these theories have kept the discussion about Reeves' death alive. Some believe that Leonore Lemmon, who had been in the house at the time, was involved. Others point fingers at Eddie Mannix or his wife Toni, suggesting that the powerful Hollywood couple had a motive for silencing Reeves. Reeves' tragic death not only ended a promising life but also marked the beginning of a long-standing Hollywood mystery that has intrigued fans and conspiracy theorists alike for decades. The actor who had once soared as Superman was now remembered as much for the questions surrounding his death as for his work on screen. His untimely demise became one of the most famous Hollywood mysteries of the 20th century, drawing comparisons to other enigmatic deaths in the industry. In the years following his passing, George Reeves has been immortalized as both a tragic figure and a beloved television icon. His portrayal of Superman remains one of the definitive interpretations of the character, and to this day, he has a loyal following of fans who appreciate his warmth, charm, and the sense of heroism he brought to the role. But alongside his superhero legacy is the lingering sadness of what might have been a talented actor, forever trapped by circumstance, who met his end under mysterious and tragic conditions at the young age of 45. Even today, more than 6 decades later, his legacy continues to be the subject of documentaries, books, and films. Hollywood's portrayal of the Reeves tragedy, such as in the 2006 film Hollywoodland, starring Ben Affleck as Reeves, brought renewed attention to the actor's life and death, highlighting the complexities of his final days and reigniting interest in the unsolved aspects of his passing. Through it all, the tragic end of George Reeves serves as a poignant reminder of the pressures of fame, the fickleness of Hollywood, and the enduring mysteries that continue to captivate audiences long after the credits have rolled.